I'm Logan Smith. I teach here full-time as well, and I'm also a program director for English, Spanish, and speech at Lanier Tech. All right, so I'm looking forward to having you guys in my class. If you're from UNG, I won't obviously, but it's good to see you as well. Hopefully I can cover some things that are general enough that can stick with you as you begin your first class at Ivester. Before I get started too much, I want to pass the mic to Rebecca, who I've had in my class for 2 semesters, just to give you a little bit of her experience.
Hey y'all, so I'm Rebecca Halstead. I'm one of the ambassadors and I go to North Hall. And so I had Professor Smith as a teacher for 2 semesters, English 1101 and 1102. And it was really it was a good class, and it was just good to learn from. You definitely have to be more consistent with certain actions, like putting away your phone and making sure you check your syllabus all the time, because the teacher giving you your syllabus is going to have every single major assignment day, all of your readings, everything that you need, it's going to be in your syllabus. So write down the dates that are given to you, all that kind of thing. It's really important. And then also just putting away your phone in class, because your phone is the biggest distraction you're going to have. And Mr. Smith was really good with telling us, put your phone away or you're not going to get anything done, which was really true. And then just making sure that you're stay on top of your assignments, because I know certain teachers, if you don't have your assignment done, you get pushed out of the class until you have it done. And really just trying to stay focused, making friends in that class that are going to help you and stay on top of you to help you get assignments done. And yeah, and my biggest thing is you're taking college level classes, you're going to be treated like a college level adult. So you have to start adulting, you're getting free responsibility here, you have to use your time wisely. And that's it.
Thank you. All right, so building on that, so yes, you need to be an adult in these classes. So if you fail, you just fail. And it doesn't really matter to anybody. It's only you and your education. So that's the way that colleges work for the most part. If you want a degree, you pay your money, you go, do the work, get the degree. But if you don't want to do the work to get the degree, you still pay your money and that's fine. It's only you that really hurts from failing. So just remember that it's no one else's responsibility. It's only yours. And here we have, it's a little bit sheltered, so we have extra help being all around you, but it all comes down to you. That's the biggest thing. And so time management skills. What I would suggest doing is, yes, getting the syllabus and also the course calendar and going through that thing and looking at all the major assignments and planning out your life to where you'll have the time to really absorb the instructions, the early stages of the project. I'm thinking mostly about papers. So it takes time to figure out what you want to say and to work it out, to build it up. It doesn't come just all of a sudden. Sometimes you might do that for a paper or 2, but for the most part, you've got to really put the time into it. All right. But with that being said, it's only your responsibility. You have the resources here at Ivester. Also, you have the resources at your home college. So whatever college is providing you the English 1101 class. So if you are in Lanier Tech English 1101, you have all of the resources available to all of the Lanier Tech students. The same thing if it's UNG or Banal. So you can go on the Lanier Tech campuses, go to the library, you can go to the writing center for the writing center on any of the Lanier Tech campuses. Also, there's extra tutoring available virtually through the Lanier Tech tutoring service. So I would highly suggest that whenever you're at the beginning of the semester, you're being overloaded with all these resources and things, really take those to heart, keep them somewhere where you can say, all right, well, if I'm having an issue, I know where I can go and where I can start to communicate. Because if you don't reach out, then no one can help you. And the best thing to do, I think, would be to learn how to write really nice, effective emails. Because that's the school's formal documentation about anything that happens. So make sure you always represent yourself well in emails. For example, capitalize the I, write in complete sentences, be respectful, kind. That's going to go a long way. If there's ever a dispute, they look at the so they'll say, where's the email thread? If you go through there and if you're being ugly, not writing properly, it just comes across not professional, not just a little bit distasteful. So that's what I always suggest doing is write emails. If you have a question, ask it as soon as possible. If you have to miss class for whatever reason, let us know as soon as possible in an email. It's going to be the best thing to do. All right. And the main thing I would say is to think about why you're here and why you chose to do dual enrollment. Because if it's something that someone else talked you into, you might not want to be here. I would suggest, if you want to be here, figure out why you want to be here, and you can be successful from that. That's the best advice that I can give you. Find your why. So that will make your accountability a lot more personal, a lot stronger. It'll also make responsibility much easier. Say, I know why I'm here, I know what I want, where I want to go, and then so everything else is much simpler after that. But if you're just wandering around, trying to avoid assignments, avoiding teachers, avoiding help, and then it gets to the end of the semester, and you have an F, you just have an F, and you failed. So just know that failure, it's easy, very easy, and it can happen if you're not on top of your game. And once you figure out why you're here and where you're going, then you can really start to get the most out of every class. Because I think about when I was in some classes, even subjects I didn't like, perhaps I didn't participate, I just tried to avoid it, like, oh, I'm just gonna survive this class. And then looking back, there's so many opportunities that I could have missed. So many opportunities that I did miss. So that's what I would suggest. If you feel uncomfortable participating in class, just get over it. So if you're called on to give an answer, give an answer. Be wrong, that's completely fine. But it's going to be much easier if you do that instead of just trying to hide, hold back, don't want to participate, and skipping class. So if you just show up and participate, you'll learn a lot more than you thought you would out of any course. And for my class specifically, what we do in 1101 is the nuts and bolts writing. So it's composition and rhetoric. So we're going to look at how do you write an effective paper, an argument, and how do you be persuasive. So it's going to be really important for anything in college. That's one of the core classes, one of the first classes, the gateway class. So if you can communicate what you want to say through writing, it's going to go a long way. Because you will be held accountable for the things that you say and the things that you write. So it's good to know exactly what you want to say and you know how to say it. And something else about being successful with your assignments, look at late work policies on any of your college classes. So it's in the syllabus. If you go through there, you'll see the late work policy. And in my class, I don't accept any late work except for the final draft of the major essay and the reflection portfolio. So just the major assignments you can submit late for 10 points off every 24-hour period that it's late. However, for everything else, if you don't submit it on time, then it's just a 0. Because it's hard to figure out after the fact, after the due date is passed, to figure out if the reason you missed the assignment is warranted or not. So is it okay that your grandmother's sick? This person said their grandmother was sick, so maybe that's okay that they can make the assignment up. This person's dog died. So then you have to make these moral arguments about who gets the late grade, who doesn't get the late grade. So instead we just make it fair and ethical for everyone. We just say, if it's late, for whatever reason. So your technology is going to be crucial in that. So make sure you know exactly how to find the Wi-Fi. And we all know how to do that. How to find nice, steady Wi-Fi, a nice computer. So don't send me an email Monday or Tuesday and say, oh yeah, well they were working on my internet at home. I couldn't submit my assignment. So that's not going to cut it. So be proactive, and submitting your assignments, making sure they're there, verifying, sending emails, just every step of the way, do those steps, and it's going to be a lot easier for you, I promise. All right. And something about time management in English classes, I think it's a little bit different than other courses, because what we're doing is we're always working on an essay. Anything we do in class are fragmentary little practices, but on your own, you're building up your major essays. So whenever we don't have assignments, that doesn't mean that you need to say, oh cool, no homework, awesome. That's the time that you should be drafting and building and developing. So you don't get to the rough draft stage and you have nothing written, or if it's just a big mess. So what you should be doing is the whole time is getting that major writing assignment and keeping that in your mind, and then going through every single small assignment and using that to build up your major writing assignment. Because if you can't do the small things, if you just don't learn along the way, it's hard to write an argumentative essay that's 35% of your final grade. So just keep that in mind. It's very important that you write a nice, strong argumentative essay. But it should be easy. If you go through the steps, you're learning how to do it, building it step by step. So if you do that, then the argumentative essay sort of writes itself, if you put the work in. And here you do have the opportunity to go to the writing tutor. I think you're forced to in 1101, which I think is a good thing perhaps. But I wanted to talk a minute how you use the tutor. So the tutor is not the person that bails you out, the person that figures out your assignment for you, that goes and finds every common error. That's not what the tutor does. The tutor's job is to answer your specific questions, to give you guidance in specific areas. So if you have an assignment, think of 3 specific questions, then go to the tutor and say, here, in my second paragraph, I'm not sure if my evidence is cited correctly. Or, my conclusion paragraph is terrible. How can I begin my conclusion paragraph in a more interesting way? So that's what you want to do, especially when you reach out to me and ask you questions about how to improve your paper. That would be helpful as well. Screenshots, 1 or 2 questions, not just, hey, how do I fix this? Is this any good? Those are very vague. All right, and yes, like Rebecca said, with cell phones as well, and with computers. So we're going to use those a lot through our class. So you have to use your phone to log into your laptop. Sometimes the phones don't go away, but those things, if they're on your desk, I promise I can see it all the time. That they distract. They distract me if I had mine out. So mine's in my pocket, and I expect everyone else to have theirs in their pocket. Take the earbuds out, because well, first off, it's disrespectful. Think of it, if you're talking to somebody, and they're going, oh yeah, 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 oh yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, doing great, all right, cool, all right. It seems like the interaction's bothering you. I got to check something on my phone. I got to do something else. You're not important to me. I got to do something else real fast. That's kind of the message that it sends across. So what you want to do is to put that away, because I can't have mine out. Like I said, I can't control myself. So I got to put it away so I don't have to worry about that. Same thing with the laptops in the classroom. Of course, I can't see every screen, nor do I want to be hovering and looking at everybody's computer. But if you do take digital notes, make sure that you are on topic, not going to Facebook, somewhere else that's going to get you off track. So with that technology comes a lot of responsibility. And when we can put it aside and say, all right, let's focus on the assignment. Because I promise, if you can put those things away and then focus on the assignment in class, you can get most of the thinking and the planning done. So when you go outside of class, all you have to do is just sort of put it together, work it out. But if you don't pay attention in class and then send me an email 2 weeks before the final essay is due and say, how many sources do we have to have on the final paper? By that point, you're too far gone almost. I just say, just try your best. I don't know what to tell you. But with my warnings, I do also think that you guys will do really great. This is a great place, and I like college a lot. I love college classes, so it's something that I enjoy. So hopefully you'll enjoy it as well. And I would challenge you to try to make the most out of every class and what you learn. You hear people say, "I'll never use this in my real job. I'll never use this in the real world." Well, that sounds bad. That makes me sad when I hear that. So that's your fault you're not using something to enrich your life. So think about every class you take and how you can apply that somehow when you're an adult. In your real life, whatever you're doing, you can always apply these things, these skills. Especially English 1101, just basic communication, structure, planning, execution, submitting things, being accountable, being responsible. Those things are crucial for any other class that you take in college. All right, well, I guess that's all I have. Good luck if you're in UNG 1101, and if you're in Lanier Tech 1101, I'll see you on the 12th.